Imagine just for a moment that you're sitting on a quiet afternoon, the sunlight streaming through your window. Beside you, your cat, graceful, enigmatic, and so full of life, rests peacefully. Have you ever looked into those deep, soulful eyes and wondered, what happens when they're no longer here? Does this beloved companion who shares your life, laughter, and love have a soul? And if so, could they, just like us, find their way to heaven? This question has haunted countless people for centuries. The bond between humans and animals isn't something trivial. It's profound, spiritual, and at times unexplainable. Cats in particular seem to possess an air of mystery that makes them almost otherworldly. From ancient civilizations that revered them as sacred creatures to modern households where they bring comfort and peace, cats carry a presence that forces us to ask, is there something divine about them? For those seeking answers, the teachings of Padre Pio, one of the most revered spiritual figures of modern times, offer fascinating insights. Known for his extraordinary spiritual gifts and connection to the divine, Padre Pio often spoke of God's creation and the love we are called to have for all living beings. But what did he believe about animals, particularly our pets? Do cats go to heaven? Could their silent, steadfast companionship be part of something far greater than we realize? The truth is, this isn't just a theological debate or a philosophical pondering. It's a question rooted in love, faith, and hope. After all, if God is love, wouldn't he ensure that the creatures who bring us so much joy, healing, and companionship have a place in eternity? Understanding the spiritual meaning of cats and the role of animals in God's plan might just change the way you see your furry companion forever. Today, we'll explore Padre Pio's teachings, biblical perspectives, and spiritual reflections that shed light on this deeply personal and universal question. So, grab a comfortable seat, take a deep breath, and let's journey together into the wisdom of Padre Pio, the beauty of creation, and the possibility that our beloved cats, yes, even the mischievous ones, may very well have souls destined for heaven. When discussing profound spiritual questions, like do cats have souls, it's essential to turn to those who walk closest to the divine. One such figure is Padre Pio, a man whose life was marked by miracles, visions, and deep insights into the spiritual realm. But who exactly was he? Born Francesco Forgione in 1887, Padre Pio became a Capuchin friar and later a saint canonized by the Catholic Church. He's remembered not just for his humility, but for the extraordinary gifts bestowed upon him: stigmata, bilocation, and the ability to read hearts. People from around the world flock to him for guidance, comfort, and answers to life's greatest mysteries. Now, Padre Pio's views on animals, especially pets, are a testament to his understanding of God's creation. While his teachings didn't focus exclusively on animals, his reverence for all living beings was undeniable. He believed deeply in God's love for every creature, big or small, reminding his followers that kindness to animals reflects a pure heart. After all, do animals go to heaven if not as part of God's perfect love? What makes Padre Pio even more relevant to this discussion is his ability to bridge the spiritual and earthly realms. If anyone could offer a glimpse into the possibility of cats having souls and their place in eternity, it would be someone like him, a man who lived with one foot in heaven and the other on earth. So, as we explore the Christian view on animals in heaven and reflect on the spiritual meaning of cats, Padre Pio's life becomes a guiding light. His understanding of creation encourages us to ask, if God created animals to bring us comfort and love, wouldn't he ensure they remain with us, even in eternity? To understand whether cats have souls or if animals go to heaven, we need to take a step back and look at the role animals play in creation. From the very beginning, God made animals with purpose. Genesis 1:25 tells us that God looked upon the animals he created and saw that it was good. It wasn't an accident. Animals were part of his divine plan. But let's talk about cats specifically. Unlike other animals, cats carry a mystery about them, a silent wisdom that seems to connect them to something deeper. Their graceful movements, their intuition, and their uncanny ability to comfort humans during moments of sadness all hint at a spiritual connection. Could this be proof of something more? Padre Pio and pets remind us of the goodness embedded in creation. While Padre Pio may not have left direct teachings about cats, his love and reverence for all creatures reflected his understanding that animals are gifts from God. Think about it. If animals, like cats, bring peace and healing into our lives, isn't that a reflection of God's love? Biblically speaking, there are clues scattered throughout Scripture. Take Psalm 36:6, which declares, "O Lord, you preserve both man and beast." This passage isn't just poetic, it points to God's care for every living creature. Animals are part of His creation, and that creation holds value in the eyes of the Creator. Now some may argue, but are animals in heaven biblical? While the Bible doesn't offer a definitive answer, we do know this. Heaven is described as a place of joy, peace, and perfection. For many, that perfection would feel incomplete without the presence of the pets they loved on earth. Let's be honest. When you're sitting alone and your cat curls up beside you, purring softly, don't you feel a kind of spiritual peace? It's as if, in that moment, the universe confirms that you're not alone, that there's something greater at play. That's the spiritual meaning of cats. They remind us of the beauty and gentleness of God's love. If God designed the world with such intricate care, if He gave animals the ability to bring us so much joy, then perhaps it's not so far-fetched to believe that they're destined for eternity too. While Padre Pio didn't explicitly write or speak in depth about cats, his life and teachings about creation reveal a profound respect for all animals. For him, animals were part of God's divine work, living creatures created to reflect His love and purpose. He often encouraged kindness and reverence toward animals, as they, too, were part of the same creation that humans enjoy. One of the most compelling aspects of Padre Pio and pets is his belief in the interconnectedness of all life. There are numerous accounts of saints and holy figures throughout history, like Saint Francis of Assisi, who saw animals not as mere beasts but as companions on the spiritual journey. This perspective aligns perfectly with Padre Pio's teachings of compassion and harmony in God's world. Now consider this. Animals often teach humans lessons about love, loyalty, and selflessness. Isn't it remarkable how cats, for instance, seem to sense when you need comfort? Padre Pio believed that nothing in God's creation is without meaning. If animals, especially pets, play such a vital role in our lives, isn't it possible they have a deeper spiritual significance? Could they possess souls in a way that connects them to the divine? Moreover, Padre Pio's visions and encounters with the supernatural suggest that heaven is far beyond human understanding. If heaven is the perfection of love and joy, it stands to reason that the animals we cherished might be present there too. After all, God is a creator of unity and wholeness. A heaven devoid of those we loved, human or animal, would seem incomplete, wouldn't it? When reflecting on Padre Pio's message, it becomes clear that the question of, do cats have souls, isn't just about theology, it's about love. The love you feel for your cat and the peace they give in return is a gift. It's a glimpse of something eternal. Perhaps animals like us are designed to share in God's eternal plan. Do cats go to heaven? While we may not have a definitive answer, Padre Pio's teachings remind us to see animals as precious beings who reflect the Creator's light. The question of whether cats have souls or if animals go to heaven has as much to do with love as it does with theology. When you look at your cat, how they comfort you on tough days, how they show silent loyalty without asking for anything in return, you begin to see a divine purpose. Padre Pio understood that God's creation isn't arbitrary. If animals, especially our pets, carry so much meaning in our lives, they must hold a deeper connection to the Creator. From a Christian view on animals in heaven, we know that God's kingdom is described as perfect, joyful, and whole. If your cat's presence brought you peace on earth, why wouldn't that same love exist in heaven? Padre Pio's reverence for creation invites us to believe in a God who wouldn't forget the animals that shaped our hearts. Do pets have souls? Perhaps their love, innocence, and loyalty are proof that they carry a piece of the divine. In the end, the question is less about certainty and more about faith. If God's love is infinite, wouldn't it extend to all His creatures, including the cats who have been our silent companions? If your cat has brought you love, comfort, and joy, Isn't that a reflection of something divine? The question of whether cats have souls isn't just theological. It's about recognizing the beauty and purpose in all of God's creation. Padre Pio's teachings remind us that nothing in this world is without meaning, especially the animals who touch our hearts so deeply. Now it's your turn. Do you believe cats go to heaven? Share your thoughts in the comments below and pass this video along to someone who needs a little extra hope today. Your cat might just be a reminder of God's endless love, sent to walk this journey with you.